Salutations, I'm Marduk, and welcome back. This is my rendition of the Enuma Elish. This is an ancient Babylonian creation myth talking about Marduk and Tiamat and Apsu, the various gods of the Babylonian pantheon who are very similar to those of the Sumerian pantheon. These at this time, it's an ancient history. It's about 2,000 years BC. So we're just trying to sort through the different stories and how people early on told stories about how the world came into be. This is something we all do. People did it before. We still do it now. And I find it of interest to look into these stories and see what people thought with my modern mind. That being said, let us get into the Enuma Elish, which translates into when on high. The Enuma Elish, when no gods whatever had been brought into being, unnamed, their destinies yet undetermined. Then it was that the gods were emerged from within them. Lamu and Lahamu were come forth, were called by name. Before they had grown in age and stature, Anshar and Kishar were shaped, more mighty than the others. They extended the days, added on the years. Anu was their heir, rival of his father. Verily, Anshar's firstborn, was his equal. Anu sired his image, Nudimud. This Nudimud was the master of his father, of broad wisdom, understanding, mighty in strength, mightier by far than his grandfather Anshar. He had no rival among the gods, his brothers. The divine brothers banded together. They disturbed Tiamat as they rushed here and there. Indeed, their distraught and tormented Tiamat by their boisterous mirth in the dwelling of heavens. Apsu could not diminish their clamor, and Tiamat was dumbfounded at their ways. Their doings were loathsome to him. Offensive and overbearing were their ways. Then Apsu, begetter of the great gods, cried out, addressing Mumu his vizier, "O Mumu, my vizier, who rejoices my spirit, come hither, let us go to Tiamat." They went down and sat before Tiamat, exchanging counsel about the gods, their offspring. Apsu, opening his mouth, said unto radiant Tiamat, "Their ways are truly abominable to me. By day I find no relief, nor repose by night. I will destroy, I will wreck their ways, that quiet may be restored. Let us have rest." As soon as Tiamat heard this, she was troubled and called out to her husband. She cried out as she raged all alone, injecting woe into her mood. "What? Should we destroy that which we have produced? Their ways indeed are most troublesome, but let us practice kindness." Then answered Mumu, giving counsel to Apsu. Rude and ungracious was Mumu's advice. "Destroy, my father, their rebellious ways. Then you shall have relief by day and rest by night." When Apsu heard this, his face grew luminous. Because of the evil he planned against his godly sons, he embraced Mumu by the neck, and as he sat down on his knees to kiss him, now whatever they had plotted between them was repeated unto the gods, their firstborn. When the gods heard this, they were astonished, then lapsed into silence and remained speechless. Superior in wisdom, accomplished and resourceful, Ea, the all-wise, saw through their design, made artful his spell against it, surpassing and holy. He recited it by making it subsist in the deep, and he poured sleep upon him. Sound sleep he lay, When he made Apsu lie prone, deep in sleep, Mumu the advisor was powerless to stir. He loosened Apsu's band, tore off his tiara, removed his halo, and put it on himself. Having constrained Apsu, he slew him. Mumu he bound and locked. Having thus Apsu established, he has established his own ascendance. He laid hold of Mumu, holding him by the nose rope, after Ea had vanquished and tramped down his foes, had assured him triumph over his enemies. He named it, in profound peace he rested in his sacred chamber. He named it Apsu for the shrines he assigned it. He founded his cult in that same place. Ea Damkina, his wife, dwelled there in splendor. In the chamber of fates, the house of destinies, a god was engendered, most able and wisest of gods. In the heart of holy Apsu was Marduk created. He who begot him was Ea, his father. So I'm breaking the Enuma Elish into two parts. That was the first part of the reading. I'm going to be doing another video shortly, and we'll finish off with the second part. Now I'm just going to take a bit of time, and I'm going to try to figure out the main question I wrote down as I was studying this, which is, what is happening? And I'm not really sure. I get it, and I kind of don't. I think it's my modern mind. It's just like, wow, like what? Wait, what? There's just so many things in there. Okay, initially, there's nothing. That's pretty clear. Or there's not nothing, but there's nothing important. Everything is like dark and unnamed. There are no names yet. The first thing that happens is two forces get named. You get Apsu and Tiamat, which is essentially masculine and feminine, I want to say. They get together. There's some suggestion that they get, there's some intercourse between them. And they have children. The children grow stronger than them and appear to be energetic and boastful and noisy and raucous, and they're just partying and carrying on. And this bothers the hell out of Apsu, because I guess he can't rest because the kids are always out carrying on, and he's very angry and he wants to destroy them. And he talks to Tiamat, the mother, and she says, yeah, they're a pain, but we can't kill them. And then the advisor comes to Apsu and says, you know what? Let's just kill them. And Apsu's on board. But he appears to get played by another god. And characters in these stories just seem to sort of pop out of nowhere. And they don't always have any context to them. But I'm able to gather that this god Ea, which is spelled E-A for interest's sake, is the god of earth. And seems to be a pretty cool guy. He is able to make Apsu and Mumu go to sleep somehow. And I don't know if he roofies them or chants a magic spell at them or what. In any event, they fall asleep deep. He's able to take their stuff and stab Apsu to death. So there you go. And after that, he sort of makes a new little order and spends some time with his wife, and they make this new sort of redeeming baby, Marduk, the new god, who's going to set everything right. But there you go. One of these stories, the origin is like, what comes to mind is murder, treachery, and death. And we're just going to have to wait to the next story to see the silver lining. All right. Well, thank you. This has been fun, and pick it up next time for part 2 of the Enuma Elish. Thank you. Once again, I'm Marduk. Smash that like button. Thank you.